You're tired, exhausted even, but you still won't sleep. The data shows the average Gen Z goes to sleep at 1:12 a.m. You probably think we just lack self-discipline, but watch what actually happens at night. We doom scroll until our thumbs ache. We binge watch shows until our eyes dry out. Or we literally just aggressively switch between apps, doing absolutely nothing. That isn't indulging. That's a bizarre kind of persistence. Here is the kicker. Everyone knows it is wrecking their health. We've got sleep trackers installed. We've got 4 alarms set. We're simultaneously staying up on purpose and hating ourselves for it. When you're both addicted and disgusted, willpower isn't the issue anymore. Today, we're tearing this apart. We're looking at time architecture. We're looking at neurobiology. And we're exposing a psychological undertow nobody talks about. You will realize it goes way deeper than phones just being too fun. Let's start with time architecture. Gen Z has 0 white space during the day. Take the students. They've got 8 a.m. lectures. They've got group projects. They're booked solid from the second they open their eyes. What about the 9-to-5ers? It is arguably worse. Data shows massive daily commutes. People are skipping lunches. Slack notifications are blowing up after hours. That moment you finally close your bedroom door and nobody needs anything from you? It is usually past 10 p.m. That 10 p.m. mark is crucial. It is the only sliver of time that actually belongs to you. In 2021, Seoul National University surveyed 1,200 young adults on this exact phenomenon. The conclusion was crystal clear. The less autonomy you have during the day, the harder you delay sleep at night. It is a direct, linear correlation. Researchers call it revenge bedtime procrastination. Pay attention to that word, revenge. It implies this isn't laziness. It is a desperate attempt to claw back some sense of control. Try a quick thought experiment. If you had 3 hours of pure freedom during the day to walk, space out, and just exist, would you still fight sleep at night? Probably not. Because you actually lived during the day. But reality dictates our days get shredded by institutions, commutes, and social obligations. We're constantly responding to other people's demands. A documentary hit the nail on the head. When you're managed all day, staying awake at night is your final act of sovereignty. We aren't immune to exhaustion. We just refuse to surrender that final shred of autonomy. But what actually happens during this stolen time? Why don't we feel satisfied? This brings us to the second point, the neurological trap. Stanford neuroscientist Andrew Huberman explains that our prefrontal cortex fluctuates. That's the part of your brain handling logic and delayed gratification. It peaks in the morning, and it practically flatlines at night. By 10 p.m., the adult in the room in your brain has clocked out. But your dopamine reward system? It is pulling an all-nighter, and it's waiting to be fed. Then you open your phone. The algorithm knows you better than you know yourself. It senses you're tired, stressed, and empty. It feeds you faster pacing. It gives you denser emotional spikes, all separated by fractions of a second. A 2022 Nature Human Behavior paper tracked 30,000 users. They found that post-10 p.m. screen time sessions are 41% longer. The content isn't better. Your brain's brakes have just failed. But the gas pedal is still floored. It goes deeper. Dopamine rewards anticipation, not fulfillment. Every time you swipe, your brain expects the next video to be the jackpot. That expectation releases dopamine. But the actual high is incredibly fleeting, so you keep swiping. Without your prefrontal cortex stepping in, it becomes a treadmill with no exit. McGill University did a classic rat study. They wired an electrode to a rat's dopamine loop. They let it trigger the reward by pressing a lever. The rat pressed it until it collapsed from exhaustion, starving itself. Swap the lever for a swipe. Swap the rat for a Gen Z kid wrapped in blankets. The physiology is identical. A 2023 university survey backs this up. 78% feel utterly empty after putting the phone down. 64% admit their mood is actually worse after late-night scrolling. We guarded our night. But algorithms use dopamine as a fishing line to pull that time away, inch by inch. And we still haven't hit the bottom. If it was just the algorithm, deleting the app would fix it. But we delete and re-download constantly. The real anchor dragging us down is deeper than code. Here is the third piece of the puzzle. Psychologist Adam Grant calls it existential dread. When your daytime roles feel meaningless, boring jobs, exhausting networking, robotics studying, that dread seeps in the moment you're alone at night. The question echoes, Did I even actually live today? We're digital natives. We know that. But here's the quiet consequence. We're the first generation conditioned to validate our existence through a screen. Likes, comments, streaks. They form a constant drip of validation. We're too busy during the day, so we finally hook up the 4 at night. Posting a story, waiting for replies, sending relatable memes to friends. These micro actions serve a massive psychological purpose. They confirm, I am here, and someone sees me. The APA noted this in 2022. Young adults with the highest nighttime social media use have the lowest daytime self-efficacy. It is a massive 0.61 correlation. We use screen time to fill an existential deficit. We aren't afraid of the dark. We're terrified of the clarity right before sleep. We're terrified of the moment that it forces us to ask, was there even 10 minutes today that I actually wanted to live? Murakami wrote that night is when suppressed daytime emotions float to the surface. For us, it isn't just emotion. It is a quiet rebellion against our lives being formatted. The daily routine is too smooth. Alarm, clock in, survive meetings, commute. That smoothness is a form of deprivation. It strips away spontaneity. It strips away the feeling that I am making a choice. Staying awake is a low-cost rebellion. It is us saying, at least I decide when I close my eyes. This is why we can't quit. Sleep apps don't work. We know all about the risks of crashing hard. You could lock our phones away, and we would just stare at the ceiling in the dark, because we aren't fighting the phone. We're fighting the suffocation of another wasted day. Conscripted days, hijacked attention, a hollow existence. Our lack of sleep isn't a discipline issue. It is a byproduct of how society operates. Time gets chopped up by the system, it gets sucked away by algorithms, and we fill the remaining void by staying awake. Every step feels like a choice, but the result is millions of young people glowing in the dark at 1 a.m. We think we're enjoying freedom while paying the ultimate price with our health, our focus, and our tomorrow. Sociologist Zygmunt Bauman said it best, the rarest resource in modern life isn't information, it is uninterrupted personal time. Revenge bedtime procrastination is the most honest symptom of this scarcity. When a whole generation sacrifices sleep just to feel a tiny bit of autonomy, maybe the thing that needs adjusting isn't our alarms.